Well, hello again, David, back with another Grit Fit Feel Good Challenge, and this is my sister Laura, and she works with folks and helps them on drug plans to get better with the use of drugs, but also she's been on some fitness plans, and she's been on a epic physical challenge that I want her to tell you about, because that's part of the challenges that I've been lining out. And so I'm just going to let her talk a little bit and introduce herself, and
okay.
Well, let's let it go.
All right. Well, first of all, I know I have to smile. Support David in his Grit Fit Health Challenge. And my name is Laura Postenbaugh, and I will say that I have transformed my life. Probably it's taken a couple of years. And I think what David wants me to talk about a little bit is about my epic bike ride. I did take a bike ride through Europe, went through 5 countries on my bike, and I would say we probably went about 1,000 miles pedaling. There was a lot more miles involved, but sometimes we were on ferries and trains, but on the bike we just wanted to tour as much as we could in about 5 weeks. So there was a lot of things that led up to that, and then there's a lot of things that after that happened that I changed my lifestyle also. So I think what started this whole path was just in my my job where I work. I work with Medicare eligible people, which means they're 65 and older, mostly they are, and I have to enroll them in drug plans. And I talk to several people every day, and I have to get their list of drugs that they take, and it just seemed like, well, I've been there for 5 years, but pretty much everyone I talk to takes the same assortment of drugs, and it just starts to wear on you a little bit, going, God, everybody takes these same prescription drugs, what's wrong? So I was starting, I was going to turn 60, pretty quickly, and I'm not too far off from 65, and all these people are taking drugs, and I thought, I don't think I want that to happen to me. It just seemed like the natural course that everyone was taking. You just live, and then you take drugs, and then you die. And started kind of waking me up, wanting to find out about that. And it all has to do with food and the food that you eat. And so I actually just changed my diet, and I did that not seriously to get ready for the bike ride. To get ready for the bike ride, I did a challenge, and it was an eating challenge, but it was not as strict as what I read a book called the 22-Day Challenge, and just a friend at work had it sitting on her desk. I didn't research, I didn't go out and try to find it. It was just sitting there, so at work I picked up the book and was reading it, and I was intrigued with it, and I knew that my bike ride was coming up in a few months, and I thought, well, it'd be a good thing to do to maybe just one more step to getting fit. The book, the whole premise was to be a fat burner instead of a sugar burner. And when you burn fat, you're just a lot more efficient. Your body works more efficiently than when you're a sugar burner. And when you're a sugar burner, you're just basically just burning off carbs that you've just eaten. There's a whole science behind it that I can't really explain at all, except I read every bit in the book, so I understood it enough to think that it was a good thing. So I did that religiously for 22 days, and you did a smoothie in the morning, and the smoothie had the base was like coconut milk and almond milk, and you can put fruit in it. You don't need that much fruit, but like a half a cup of fruit, any type of fruit, organic. You learn all about going organic and why. I think you need to know why. I don't think a lot of people understand why, because they just think it's too expensive, but once you read why, you really try to do organic as much as possible. And then I put flax seeds, chia seeds, nuts, all kinds of different things. You can put the kale and the anyway, they had several recipes to go by, and I tried all their different recipes for their smoothies. This particular challenge, you ate meat. There was some meat involved for not very much, no, not for lunch, but some for dinner. And then, I don't know, I just did that for 22 days, and what I was noticing was, I've always worked out at the gym. I've been pretty steady with working out at the gym. But you get to a point when you're working out at the gym where you kind of don't notice any changes, and you're just kind of doing the same thing. You know it's still good to do it, but you all of a sudden kind of go, well, nothing, it's just, all of a sudden you just kind of think, well, maybe if I become I think I was more of a sugar burner and wasn't seeing as many results. So I did notice that I had, actually I went to the gym and I would do the same routine, but it was a lot more effortless. It just seemed like I didn't have to put any effort at all to do it, where before it was just more effort, or I had a different attitude about it. So I noticed that. I don't know how much my body changed so much, but I just noticed that everything I did, I actually was stronger at doing it. So that was great. So that led me up to the bike ride. And then like I said, I toured Europe for 5 weeks. We started out in Amsterdam, went through the Netherlands, went through Germany, got to Austria, went to Slovakia, and then we ended up in Czech Republic. So those were the 5 countries. When you go on a trip like that and you're with friends, a diet or basically goes out of the water. You can't do that where you stop. You don't even know where the stores are, so you just have to eat. And so the whole 5. But you know, we were exercising every day, so you just kind of think that didn't gain any weight. But I knew that the food I was eating was just, I had changed enough in my eating habits that I knew that what I was eating was not really probably the best. But you just have to go with the flow when you're on trips like that. And when you're in countries, you realize their food choices aren't the same as here. So let's see. Came home and wanted to get back into a routine of eating good food. And I don't think a lot of people know what good food really is. I mean, you really have to transform your eating habits. A lot of people say I eat healthy. What's wrong? Well, I think people think they're eating healthy and they don't really know that they're. You really have to research to know what is good. And right now I eat plant-based whole food. And that's it, plant-based whole food. And everyone will say, well, isn't that vegan? No, vegans eat sugar and they eat white flour and they eat refined stuff and they eat sweets. So that's not what plant-based whole food is. We do grains, whole grains, and it's totally sustaining. You do not need any of that other stuff. It's just your body does not need it. It doesn't know how to process it. That's why everyone gets sick, is because your body can't process it. It can for a certain amount of time, then all of a sudden your cholesterol, blood pressure, it's all because of the food. And there's plenty of proof out there if you want to know about it. There's a lot of knowledge to be had. The truth is out there, but you definitely have to find it and believe it. Basically believe it. Because a lot of people don't want to change their food habits, and you have to be pretty dramatic about it. So.
Okay. Now, I've talked to people about vegetables and things like that, and especially kids, youth, and so to convert them over to doing what you're saying, I think they don't have maybe the patience or something to try that. But when you did it, after a while, did the vegetables and things taste better to you? Did you learn how to cook it with the spices or whatever to make it like really appealing?
Well, it's just me. I only have to satisfy myself, so that's easy. I don't have a family that I really have to fix dinner for and try to convert them. But after I did the 22-day challenge, your taste buds, when you actually start something and finish it all the way, not just sort of do it, or read only part of the book and then do some of it but kind of go, well, I still need this and this, I can't do without this. If you don't change all the way, then it actually just doesn't work. And my taste buds, they just changed. They changed, so when I ate food that most people eat, like processed food or anything from a fast food, I could taste the chemicals. I could just taste things that I couldn't taste before. When I was used to eating all the time, I thought it tasted delicious. But when I ate a hamburger and I had the bun, I could taste all the things that were bad with it. I don't know, I could taste the chemicals, I could taste The white flour just kind of like on the buns. Nothing. It didn't taste right anymore. So it was like kind of a transformation. Like everything, the real food, fruits, vegetables, tasted delicious. I don't even know that you have to do anything with them to make them taste delicious. I make soups. I don't think I'm all that extravagant, and I eat pretty simple. But and I don't really have I'm not a recipe genius. In fact, I bought my first cookbook, and I've been doing this for almost a year, and I haven't even looked at a cookbook. I just make smoothies, and then I'll eat a salad. And one thing I'm working on right now, which I'm learning, believe me, it's a work in process, because you don't know it all right at the beginning. You just learn as you go. I have reminders, and I have reminders, like you said, in the mirror in the morning, to be happy and to be more positive, because being positive in your life also cures things too. When you start reading these things, all this other stuff comes out.
You know, Laura, you're a little more cold turkey type of a person. What you've done to change your life, you've gone on a detox little program of drinking lemon water for a period of time, and then you go on to mainly just eating vegetables. Go ahead and talk about that just a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a little cold turkey, I guess would be the word. I'm pretty strict with myself. I actually do what I say I'm going to do. So when I say I'm going to do a challenge, I will not budge. I will do it. And so I know that's I get scowled out maybe a little bit here and there. I don't know, but yes, I did after I got back from the bike ride, and I needed something else to look forward to, and so I actually signed up for a detox cleanse that was in San Diego, and they test you and make sure, if you live in anywhere in the world, anywhere in the United States, you're going to have toxins in your body naturally just from breathing the air, the cars, the dust. You have toxins, and you're not really supposed to be there, but they're going to be there. So you purposely have to try to eliminate them if you want them out of your body, because they're not good for you. That's another thing that makes you down or not feel so well. There's also, if you're eating meat or if you're eating anything with a brain, you are going to have parasites in your body that you probably don't even know about, but that just comes naturally with eating those foods, and that's why I don't eat any meats or dairy or anything that comes with anything with a brain. So if you research it and read it, you'll find out all the reasons why. But those things are totally poisoning you as you're eating them. So maybe they don't show up now, but they will show up when you're Medicare eligible and you're purchasing all these drugs and getting a drug plan to take care of all these things that you have. But yeah, I did this wonderful cleanse. It was a week long, San Diego, and it was, I guess you'd consider it my vacation. I wanted to do it. It sounded kind of neat, and it was wonderful. And again, it was a cleanse, so we did not eat. We did drink smoothies and everything organic, and we did purposely take psyllium, bentonite, all these different things that you can purge out of your body and try to get rid of to be, I guess, as healthy as you can be in a week's time. You can continue doing that, but I learned so much on that 1 week cleanse, and that's really where the big transformation came, when I turned totally plant-based whole food, and I learned all about the meat industries and decided I'm not going to eat meat anymore. It wasn't hard at all to stop eating it. It was just not even hard. I just find when you're hungry, you just eat something else. You don't go for that anymore. If you don't buy it, then you just don't eat it. So yeah, that was the big transformation. And I didn't really know if I'd be able to keep it up, but I tell you, as soon as I got home, I just kept doing it. And now it's been almost a year that I've been plant-based whole food, and I can't even imagine eating meat anymore. So, and it's just because of the industry. And I love meat, and I love candy, I love all that. But I've learned enough about it that keeps it very easy to keep going on. There's plenty to learn. So.
All right, well, we're good.
All right.